Good morning. Where is chat? There's chat. Hi, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Stephen will be here in a minute. He's making me breakfast. It's my fault he is late. His breakfast was done like 3 minutes ago. How am I doing? I'm doing fine. We got our Pfizer shot yesterday, our second one. And overall, I think I'm doing all right. I just felt a little nauseous this morning. And I had a little bit of chills last night, but it wasn't bad. I was expecting a lot worse. So I'm fine. I'm just sipping on Sprite to help my stomach. Thank you.
Are you telling everyone you're fine?
I am fine. I will be fine.
Okay. Mallory's complained a good portion of yesterday about having chills and feeling hot and being nauseous. And then last night I was vlogging and she was like, "Yeah, I feel really good." And I'm like, "No, you don't."
I expected to feel worse.
I know, but just because you expected to feel worse doesn't mean that you have to be like, "Oh, well, you know, because I don't feel like death." There
were some people that were saying
a range
that their reaction was more like a single day stomach flu you'd get when you were younger. And I was expecting to feel more like that.
I'm just saying, it's okay to feel somewhere between I have no problems and someone please call 911. Like, there's stuff in between that, and you seem to have this idea of, like, there's not. And it's fine. It's okay. So Mal felt crummy yesterday.
Yeah.
And it started about 3 hours after Mal got the shot. And that's been about it. And you feel probably, just a little nauseous this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, just because someone got it worse than you doesn't mean you're not allowed to, like, talk about how you feel. That's like a societal problem too, though, of everyone's pain or grief or whatever gets compared to someone else's, and then we have this. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or not, but it's something that's imbued in us of like, well, I can't complain because someone else was sicker. You know, I can't complain about the situation that happened in my life because I saw that someone else had it worse. These aren't mutually exclusive. It's okay. You can talk about things. Anyway, I've been fine. I've been fine. I had a pretty sore arm yesterday, and that's been it. I haven't had any problems. That being said, if you remember from the first shot, it took me 3 days before I had anything happen. So I'm fully expecting that on Saturday I'll just be on the floor. So we'll see. We'll see. But right now, as of today, no issues. And I woke up and my arm's not really even that sore anymore. Still have a little soreness, but not really compared to yesterday. Anyway, Chemist gifted out 5 gift subs to Christendo, Watch Out for Fire, Maxi, Oda of California, and English Narwhal. Thank you, Chemist. Kazuyumi gifted a sub to Bandersore. That's a good name. 16 months from Rackbell. 16 months of watching the wonderful VODs. Love it. Anyway, excuse for camera talk. Any suggestions of a good video call / webcam option for around $100 to $200? So the classic option that I've recommended for many years has been the C920 by Logitech. I think there's a new one now Because the C920 is quite old. So I would look into the C920, read reviews of it, and then just do a little research, see if there's something new. The biggest thing, though, is light. A lot of times people think that the webcam's going to be magic, and the thing is, a variety of webcams can be good or suck, depending on how much light you feed them. So, you know, buy a nice webcam because it does make a difference. But then also, if you don't have any good lighting options, buy a lamp, like, or
a ring light.
Yeah, I mean a ring light, any source of light that you can give the camera, because a webcam can it can either be really great or really terrible, depending on how much light it's getting, which is just how all cameras work. If you don't give them light, they're bad. 31 months at Tier 2 Gold Toast from DNA Wheels, who says, I'm on day 1107 of the journey. So you're a fourth of the way, I think. Is that how many days do we have? I think we're at like 4,500-ish.
I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds right. Something like that. There's a lot. 30 months from Ryan B06, 2+. 19 months from Mr. Game Boy. Oh yeah, look at that. A number. So I was watching the Apple event and I have one question. You have Apple TV for a year. I have a movie suggestion then before it runs out, if you and Mao haven't seen it because of Apple TV. Check out the movie Wolf Walkers. I've actually heard that the stuff on Apple TV is pretty good. I know that we were joking yesterday about the one good show being Ted Lasso, which we also haven't watched. But there are some good shows on there, and there's also some good movies. Partially because Apple has the budget to just do whatever they want. So I'm sure that before it runs out, I think we have it till September. That sounds right.
I don't know.
We'll probably look into it. Yeah. We'll hopefully watch. There's also there's a Tom Hanks movie on there too. That's like exclusive to Apple TV.
Looked.
Well, there is. Just take my word for it.
I am.
And I think that one also did really well. So, like, you know, I want to see these things. It's just a matter of, you know, actually doing it. Do you have the cleaner?
It's right here.
I needed this yesterday, and I just didn't do it. And should have.
Should have?
Yeah, I went all day with noticeably dirty glasses. And
I'm sorry.
I told myself at some point yesterday
that you would deal with it.
That I would clean them, and I just never did. But now I have, and it's better. Things are better now. Thank you. How do they even get so dirty? What happens to make them so dirty?
You touch them?
I'm not touching them though. I'm not touching the lens. It's like magic. They're magically filthy.
Kepler?
Some of it, yeah.
One that's on your nightstand?
Dust in, I mean, there is, I guess, yeah, there is dust in the wind. And because my hair is longer, maybe my hair gets on them, and then my hair has oils, so I guess there's various things.
Mm-hmm.
Once things go back to normal a little bit, I'll probably try and retrain my eyes on contacts. Mm-hmm. But not yet. 300 bits from Padawan back. It says, Herf Earth. No clowning around for Earth Day. Is today Earth Day?
Yeah.
Oh. Happy Earth Day. I didn't know that today was Earth Day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know, like, every day is a day? Like, not like a special day? There's like websites that are devoted to just like all of the different days. Yeah. Like on any particular day, there's 3 or 4 superlatives. Superlatives for the day. Sorry, I would like to
eat your oatmeal.
It's still hot.
The Murfox says every day is a day. Stephen George 2021.
Every day we stream is a potential for clown day. 10 months from Siraj. 10 months. I miss my Twitch baby, or maybe I'm actually a llama. I'm glad I'm in a position to be able to support you guys after following you since you started Twilight Princess. I'm just glad folks have, continued to enjoy stuff for that long. Twilight Princess, in particular, has been so long ago.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful that folks have watched for several years and been like, yeah, this is still, I'm still entertained. I'm still mildly entertained. 11 months from Bubbles. Thanks for being fantastic. Question: how long did the travel video to China take for you to make, the one in RPG Maker? I think it was a 2-day affair. I think I did most of it in one day, and then I did the testing and the recording of it the second day.
And the editing of that video.
Yeah, I don't think it really needed editing, though. It was just like, because I tried to make it where I don't know if there's any cuts in the video.
Well, you still had to cut to you because you're in it at the beginning or the end or something.
Mm-mm.
At all?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in it at all. It's 100% just in RPG Maker. But yeah, about 2 days. And again, most of the creation part of that was just the first one. But if you haven't already seen, you should watch. I mean, if you got 10 hours laying around, you should watch the stream where I made an RPG Maker game live. That was last year.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's fun. We took suggestions from the audience and
implemented them into the game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, every single thing that was submitted. It was fine. And then you can Oh, Bubble says I have it, Skull. Okay, great. Yeah. You can watch that if anyone hasn't seen it. We haven't seen Dan in a while. That's like, we often see Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3,000 for Shy. It says, "Are you not entertained?" I think we had the Dan one before we had the Thomas one.
I thought the Thomas one was first.
I thought we had the Dan one first.
No.
I don't remember now.
I think the Thomas one was first.
I think it's about time we add a new one. We got to get another one of our friends to do something.
Yeah.
Or Thomas was, well, they remember. I think it's a 50, I mean, I don't know the ratios of this, but I think it's a 50-50 shot of whether you get Thomas or Dan. But I feel like we see Thomas all the time. So it's interesting that happens. We should get a rolling one.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Yeah.
What we could do. Oh, are they different bid amounts? Maybe.
I thought it was random.
I thought it was random. Oh, they're different bid amounts. Oh, I don't know. Why would you expect me to know how my own stream works? I didn't set any of this up. A rolling one would be funny. I could even just use the money thing. Chaz says, "I promise nothing and change the rules frequently." I mean, anyone who's been here for any length of time will be like, yeah, actually, yeah, that makes complete sense. That's how we wind up with new clowns all the time. 11 months from Arpiga, who says, "Beans, beans. The more you eat, the more you subscribe." I didn't know beans had that side effect. You learn more every day. 24 months from Sparkstrike13. Says, "Oh wow, 2 years. It's 6 a.m. for me, so I don't have anything witty to say, but thanks for all the fun times." You're welcome.
It's early.
You know, I just realized, I was like,
What?
the music seems kind of low, and I just remembered, when I do first 20 streams,
You turn it down?
I turn it down. So let me turn it back to where it should be. Probably about there. There you go. Because it's low on our end too, and I was like, it just feels like it's...
Chad is asking for early beans.
They can have them.
I know. I decided.
As a treat.
I decided.
You decided. You made that decision. Are you Well, I'm not going to ask you. You'll lie to me.
Am I feeling better?
Are you feeling okay?
I mean...
This is the most honest you've been. I didn't know if, I think...
I thought the
sitting
toast
up,
and
having
Sprite
some
would
Sprite.
help. It has not helped.
Might need time to hit your system. It's an expression from my family, like, growing up. You get hungry or whatever, you'd eat something. I'd be like, I still don't feel good. My mom would be like, well, you need time to hit your system. My dad would use the same. I don't know whose expression that is, my mom's or my dad's, because they both used it, so
yeah.
I'm like, whose is it? I don't know.
The toast was good, though. I'm glad I was able to eat something.
Good. I'm going to ask you to read a few things, because I'm worried this is going to get cold.
Yeah. 63 fills, resub for 13 months. I hope getting stabbed with science juice went well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was quick.
The one big difference from the first one is that, I said during the first shot I didn't feel it. That wasn't an exaggeration. Like, I did not even know they gave me the shot. This time I knew they gave me the shot. I was like, oh, that's a needle. But I mean, I've had a lot of shots and it was fine. I think
it was not as bad as some of them we've gotten, because we had to get a few for when we went to China. Because we needed Hep A, and you needed tetanus, and I needed something else.
I feel like it just has a lot to do with the individual skill of the nurse.
That too.
To be honest. Because, like, the only thing that's changing, I mean, in my limited...
It's the same thing when you have blood drawn.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. Because my understanding and my limited knowledge of the medicinal world is, like, the only thing it could possibly change is, like, the size of the syringe based on, what particular medicine I guess you're getting. And if that's the only thing that's changing, then a lot of it's going to come down to the nurse that's giving you the shot, right? So, I'm like, the first one, when I felt nothing, that person was really good at their job. That's what I'm saying. Anyway.
Yeah. I would say the atmosphere at the CVS was more upbeat this time. Because last time, everyone was, like, super quiet and just sitting there. But I think most people were getting their second the day we were there for our second.
So people were more excited?
They were more excited. We were talking about drinking water and rotating your arm. And there was a lady who was like, I did not know about the water. And the lady who's monitoring everyone was like, oh, there's some right there. And the lady who didn't know about drinking water downed like 3 of those little...
Oh, wow.
Real quick.
Paul said, party in the CVS.
It kind of felt like it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, people were chatting.
Yeah.
A little bit in the
observation area.
Observation area is what they call it. So, I mean, that was nice. I honestly, anytime I'm anywhere and there's just, like, people sitting around in like, close proximity like that, I would prefer to chat. Like, I guess it goes either way, because sometimes I'm doing something on my phone and I'm like, I really need to just focus on what I'm doing. But I actually like to, if I'm going to be around people in a waiting area, I'd rather there not be this weird, awkward silence. I'd rather just, talk about the weather or something.
Tachi Gamer 96 resubbed for 31 months. Been a while, but I'm still subbed. Hope you guys are doing okay.
You're very good. Can't really complain.
Yeah.
I'll probably I might complain in a few days, but
you might.
But right now I'm okay.
We have a subscription from Hello Get Low. Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome.
We also have a first month subscription from Delta Violet. Welcome.
Two new folks back to back. And then a cough.
Sorry, I inhaled when I shouldn't have. Quill in the Stars resub 7 months. Got that jab Monday, woo. Rotating works, everyone. Do it. Good vibes, hoping everyone else can get there soon. In other news, I committed to college. Can't believe I started watching you guys in 5th grade. How time flies. Did you suddenly age?
It's fine. This has happened before. It will happen again. It's fine. I read some of these things and I'm like, well, that's impossible. I didn't start doing this until I was in college. And then it's like, you've been doing this a while, bud. And I'm like, okay. Okay. That's exciting, though.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congrats. And yeah, rotating, I mean, at least for the arm soreness part.
I feel a lot less sore than I did
yesterday,
2 weeks ago.
Oh. I feel
like comparing between the two.
I feel less sore than I did yesterday because some folks that I've talked to when they get the jab, they say they have arm soreness for days and days and days. And I didn't have that the first time, and I'm pretty hopeful I don't have that this time either.
Good morning, Jeff.
We'll see. Morning, Jeff. Jeff also got that jab.
Drink water and rotate your arm, Jeff.
Do it, Jeff. Keep drinking the water, Jeff. I drank 48 ounces of water before I went.
Yeah.
To get the shot yesterday. It's a really weird specific amount, but
I could not drink that much.
Yeah, I got through that much and I could not drink anymore. I was like, I can't drink. I cannot drink anymore. Brandon says 48 like in one sitting? Yeah. Like I sat down and I was like, body, you will now consume water. And my body was like, okay. And then I drank 48 ounces of water. And then after that, my body was like, I think you're done because you're going to throw up. And I was like, noted. Noted. And then I went and got shot. Related, I walked into this... Before we left the house, I peed. I walked into the CVS and peed. I got the shot, I waited for 15 minutes, and I peed before we left. I got home and I peed. 7 minutes later, I peed. And then it kind of trickled out. No pun intended. So that was a lot of that experience yesterday. But I'm hopeful that helps me in some way. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, my kidneys are thrilled. They're in there going, whee! Also, no pun intended.
It was interesting, though, on the first email we got for CVS for our appointments, it didn't mention water, but for the second one, it was like, drink at least 16 ounces an hour before.
Yeah, so that's like a new thing, actually. And did I drink, 3 times the amount?
You did.
Yeah, but I just figured, a little extra wouldn't hurt. But yeah, that's a thing now. So if you're going to get the jab, they are recommending drinking 16 ounces of water an hour before. Breakfast. I think is what it said. So an hour before, 16 ounces of water.
This is 12. For those of
That's also a Sprite, so...
Well, for those of you that don't use ounces... Like, a standard size can of soda is 12 ounces, so you can kind of...
Mex's 16 ounces is half a liter approximately. They're recommending everyone just come in with a soda in each hand and try and chug them while the shot's going into your body.
Comparison for size.
Yeah, I understand. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Max T152 sent 500 bits. Hey, Stephen and Mel, finally made a stream after so long. I want to thank Fossix, if he's awake, for being a good friend and giving a year sub. Also started supporting you guys on Patreon, and your Discord is so friendly. Hope to join more streams. I'm in Scotland, so we'll see.
Well, first off, those are all good things. I'm most excited to hear how friendly the Discord is. I mean, I know it. Like, I know it's true because I also spend time there, and it's true. People there are very, very kind. So I'm glad that you're enjoying your time there. Scotland doesn't always work out super well for time zone stuff, but breakfast stream's not too bad for Scotland.
No.
Kind of an afternoon thing.
Evening streams are harder.
Yeah. Every time I do a first 20 stream, actually, Every time I do a first 20 stream, I always have people in there that are like, I've never been able to get to a stream. So like, I'm doing, because it's at, whatever this, 3 p.m. It's like the one time slot that we don't normally fill. So maybe in the future there will be more kind of like mid-afternoon streams or something for people.
Annoying Gamer 12 resub 17 months. I think the last time I was in here I was at 8. Curse you, time zones.
That's a good example. We were just talking about that. Sorry, I got 2 bites, it's lukewarm, and my body is screaming about it.
The Super Thingamabob resubbed 8 months. Good morning, grandparents. Almost at a Twitch baby, I guess. I still haven't calmed down after my most anticipated Ace Attorney game was confirmed yesterday. So fun times all around right now. Awesome. I heard a single line about that game, but I didn't know anything else about it.
I saw a lot of people talking about Ace Attorney, but I did not see specifically what it was about. So now I'm really, really curious. Oh my goodness. Hi, Peggy. I'm sorry, Peggy. Did you mean P? Sapphire Becca, thank you. And I really, you know, my peeing days are behind me. I mean, not forever, because that would be bad. But you know, all of the liquids and stuff. That was a yesterday thing, so it should have less bathroom visits today. Hopefully. Probably. I guess I can read them now, right?
Yeah. Ravencloak resub 13 months. 13 months of crunch. Hope everyone is doing well. I just started going down the rabbit hole that is Magic, and it has been a blast. Shout out to the crew that played Broken Phone last night. It was super fun and a great end to a previously crummy day.
When you say Magic, I'm going to assume that you're referring to The Gathering and not like Penn and Teller. But maybe you are. I don't know. I mention that specifically because one of the things that has become a new fun fixation for us on YouTube, Raven says correct, has been episodes of Penn and Teller Fool Us. I've always been a fan of Penn and Teller, but I hadn't watched a lot of Fool Us, and like people who are on the show, I guess they have permission to upload their specific portion, so everyone does. So basically, you can watch the whole show, aside from like the parts that Penn and Teller themselves do at the end of the show. So yeah, we have watched a lot of Fool Us. There are so many seasons of it, and it's great. Oh, that's cool. Noah says, my dad interviewed Penn and Teller when he was in high school before they made it big. That's very cool. There's quite a few people I've talked to that have like very personalized individual Penn and Teller stories. Thomas met them. I don't remember how old he was. I don't think Thomas is here this morning, but he has a Penn and Teller story too. But yeah, if you haven't watched it, like just. I mean, you know how the algorithm is, like, search out 2, and then, like, YouTube will just feed you the rest. And it's great. Anyway, that is not at all what you say. You're like, yeah, Magic the Gathering. And I'm like, okay, let me tell you about Penn and Teller. But I'm glad you're enjoying Magic as well. I remember whenever I first started getting into it, courtesy of Chaz. And it is fun. It's remarkably fun. And even though I don't play regularly now, I haven't in a year, but every once in a while I would still go to launch events. And I usually would lose because I wasn't playing regularly. But it was still fun. Still a fun game. Ouch. Do you know Arena's on mobile now?
Yeah.
They're really advertising that hard because, of course they are. You can now play Arena in your pocket. 25 months from Adrian McCann. Wow, 25 months. Haven't been live in a while, but I'm so glad you are both doing well and have received your vaccine. Stay healthy and safe. Doing our best.
Yeah.
Doing the best we can. 22 months from King Calamari. Thanks for all the months, grandparents. Thank you. Glad you've enjoyed watching. 300 bits from DNA Wheels, who says the title of the vlog is "The Game Room Looks Great," December 2012. Oh man, I know exactly how the game room looked in 2012. We were in the apartment. We had a single shelf of games.
Yeah.
Whoa. You remember that?
Yeah.
Just one little, and then we had like a little wire rack.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was
there were 2 wire racks.
Was there 2? And then we were like, but what if we got all the N64 games? And then we did. But what if we got all the GameCube games? And then we did. Hey, I've got an idea. What if we got all the Wii games? Max says you say we, but I feel like this is a you case. I mean, I firmly believe that Mao would have stopped me physically if there would have been a problem. I think she knows that it's...
Well, you get one more system to collect for, and that's it.
What? Just one?
Besides Wii U, that one doesn't count.
Just one?
Just one.
But what about... What? No.
Just one.
What about Genesis?
Just one.
What? What if we move? If we move and we have a more space for it? Because, like...
We'll see, but right now,
we'll see.
Just one.
Okay, so one in this house. Oh,
no,
okay.
No,
but that's what you just said.
It's one, and then if it happens that there's space, then I'll reconsider.
Because my issue here...
I'm not reconsidering right now.
Okay, so my issue is that the walls in here are so short, because we had to get special shelving. If I had my normal IKEA shelves in here, we wouldn't even have a problem.
Yes, we would. We had a problem with the IKEA shelves of the last place. They were double stacked.
Yeah, but at least they wouldn't be in boxes.
So? One more set.
2500 from Siraj says, it was Peggy's idea. Peggy did this. Peggy's the one that deeply encouraged me.
You.
Anyway, listen, we already have a hard cutoff. We don't collect anything past Wii U.
So your one last system to collect for is Super Nintendo.
I mean, you can go backwards from that.
No.
Well, I mean, I'm not personally. I'm just saying that that's the thing. Like nothing past PS2, nothing past original Xbox, nothing past Wii U. Not collecting Switch, not collecting PS3, not collecting Xbox 360. Like if we acquire games, then sure we hold them, but we're not finishing libraries for those. Honestly, it's impossible, though. It's impossible. You see who's here? Hi, Roland. Roland just wrote, PS2, let's go, Roland. Roland. Listen, it's not that I'm not interested in collecting PS2. There are just, there are more games. Also, I'm explaining this to Roland like he doesn't know. He hasn't worked at a game store for half his life. Listen, there are more games on PS2 than Wii, and they're all more expensive. All of them. So, I'm just, it's not an impossibility. Just, I just don't want my wife to hate me. But maybe PS2 actually would be a fun system to collect. Like, being realistic. It's not something that I'm working on, But is it a need? I do think it's a cool idea. I've always thought
Cool idea, yes. Goal, no.
Yeah. It's fine. Armored Frog went ahead and gifted a sub to Bond 00 Fat. That is Roland. Armored Frog, thank you. Roland, you can use your face now. You can use your own emote. Anyway, we should probably stop talking about collecting games because I'll get in trouble. Max D152 gifts a sub to Ed Zoologist. Thank you. 300 bits from Padawan Becca. Project But Door is Locked is now in phase 2. How do you guys feel about glitter and confetti? Badly. Very badly.
If greeting cards have glitter on them, Steven gets mad.
I do get irrationally angry, yes. When I buy greeting cards for people that I know, I explicitly will not buy a greeting card if it contains glitter. Like, even if the words in the card are good, out of principle, I will not buy it. I'll say, no, I'm not doing this. And when I get a card that has glitter, and I realize it has glitter, I have to be so careful with it because I don't want it anywhere. So yes, from the bottom of my heart. Padawan Becca says, just never open the shadow box I sent. Hey, if it's in a shadow box, it's safe. It is contained. Then we're good. For anyone else, please, for the love of all things that are holy, never send like loose glitter or something, because it is a problem. It is a huge problem. It does get everywhere. But if it's contained in a thing, then that's completely okay. 300 from Danny. Jab 2 tomorrow. That night I'm helping with dance for a local high school's musical, followed by a performance of the musical that I'm in. Wish me vibes. Good vibes.
Good vibes.
That's exciting, though. It's really exciting. I'm hopeful that you have slightly delayed reactions to Jab 2.
Because you have a big day.
Because you have a big day. But if you're anything like me, you'll be fine. You'll be like, it's cool. And you can also use, I mean, I don't know if this is true, but I'm just basing it off of myself so far. Maybe you can use Jab 1 as a indication of like how soon you'll get a reaction to it. I don't know. Hey, Chemist with another 5 milk bombs. Thank you, Chemist. To Red Hero 15, Brian LS Comics, probably. Tom 514, Steve McKing. That's a good name. That might actually be their actual name, but it's a reference. And Double Z the Queen. Also, how cool is that you had McKing and Z the Queen right next to each other. There's a song by Drive By Truckers actually called Steve McQueen, and it's about Steve McQueen. Probably would never have guessed that. Where was I? 4 months from Zeta program. 4 months of clown consisting of Peggy Bees, setting yourself on fire, getting sharts, and clown hands. Can't forget those. At least one of those will seem alarming to anyone that wasn't here on Tuesday. Tuesday's breakfast stream was wild. I flubbed a word, and then everyone collectively was like, and then we just went with it. It was fine. Probably stretched that family-friendly tag a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But I don't know. It seems kind of like it doesn't seem like the same level of bad word to me. It's kind of like a play on a bad word. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't think Twitch would be angry over us doing that. Also, family friendly is extremely subjective.
Yeah.
Extremely subjective. Brian LS Comics gifted 5 subs. 5 milk bombs to the Murfox. Circle Now Squared, Admired Leader 68, Bella Crazy 74, and Dwinopolis. Brian, thanks. It's one tiny cough. Just
No, the soda was in my nose.
oh, honey. No, it goes here. I don't even know how you did that. You don't even have a straw. How did you turn your head upside down? Anyway. Brandon says family friendly follows the I promise nothing and change the rules frequently mantra. I feel that how I'm thinking about it is if we're streaming with the family friendly tag, my thoughts are if there were kids in the room here, would I make the same jokes and have the same humor? And the answer is 99% of the time yes. And my hope is that if I make a joke or a reference that it's just slightly above their heads, that they don't get it. That's the goal, is like old cartoon style, like Looney Tunes style. Like if you make a joke that's slightly inappropriate, it's just a little above their heads. That's what I'm always aiming for. So I hope that folks that have kids still feel safe letting their kids watch Breakfast Stream. We got a sub from Lightyear. Welcome. 21 months from Bardic Puppy. Happy 21 months. Mao, is there any way to get some of your arts as wallpapers for phones or monitors? I would love to pay you for them to decorate my media devices.
We decided that we weren't going to be doing digital.
Yeah, the reason we don't do digital is that there are an astounding number of what's the best term for it? I mean, it's theft.
Yeah.
And it's not that the end user is interested in reselling mouse stuff, but there's so many like just
automated systems set up.
A lot of automated systems,
Yeah.
a lot of like
that would
to put it into perspective.
That would buy it themselves and then try and sell it.
Yeah, to put it into perspective, there's already a ton of Mao's art being resold. Mm-hmm. A lot of it. We find it all the time, and there's not anything we can really do about it.
Yep.
But they're doing it with like low res versions of stuff because they have to like, you know, screen cap videos or whatever. So we figured that it would probably only get worse if we did digital stuff. So we're like, eh. Now, for what it's worth, the people that are selling that stuff, we have no indication that any of that stuff's ever been sold.
Yeah.
Because these are like bots, you know,
It's automated.
It's automated. They scrape the internet for things, and then they take stuff and they do things with it, right?
There was someone I saw on Twitter who had like made an artwork that was like, if you find this on a product, it was stolen. Mm-hmm. And then sure enough, there was like a listing somewhere for it on a shirt. Every once in a while I see the one that floats around that it's like a badly drawn Mickey Mouse, and it's like, I'm Mickey Mouse and I'm evil or whatever. It's like, I need to be sued by Disney. And it's the same thing, like that ends up getting put on shirts. So it's not that there's a like a specific like person out there. It's like, I'm stealing all of the stuff, but there's so many companies out there that they can do this, and they do. And they just a lot of it's just like grab everything, put it onto the Amazon Marketplace, and just hopes it makes money. But we're just basically trying to make it not easier for that. So we hope folks understand. In the meantime, my best suggestion for people that are interested in doing that sort of thing is you know, you can do a screenshot on the YouTube video and make that your wallpaper. They are in 4K, which will probably cover you most of the way. Or if you end up getting a print or something, you can snap a photo of it that way. Yeah. It's not the best solution in the world, but that's the one we've come up with, and I've told folks about. Yeah. Oh, Thomas. Hey, Thomas, you're here. Thomas, what's your Penn and Teller story? Whenever you get a chance, we were talking about Penn and Teller, and I was like, oh man, Thomas has a Penn and Teller story, but it was when you weren't here, so you'll have to
share that.
Did you get too warm in the sun?
Hi, bud. You want to sit?
In a minute, he says.
You gotta figure out how.
How
Morning.
does Kepi sit?
Good boy. You're a good boy?
Is he warm?
He's not toasty.
Okay.
Not super
I
toasty.
thought maybe he came straight from the sunshine.
He might. I mean, he might have, but if he did, he took a detour because. Well, no, he's pretty warm.
Coffee.
He may have come straight from the sunlight. Anyway, 31 months from Mr. Incredible Noodlorb to, or who says, purple. Speaking of, if you haven't seen it yet, which I mean it only came out just a little bit ago,
Yeah.
we released our Apple event reaction video, and I recommend it. I know that some folks are like, oh, I'm not interested in that. That's fair. We've tried to come up with a format that makes it fun. So if you're looking for 4 people that are, let's say, poking light fun at the whole situation, you should check it out when you get a chance, because it's good. It was a good event.
It was.
It really was a good event. The stuff that they announced, but there's a lot of snark. Thomas says, oh, I met them when I was a kid. Penn told me it was cool to do dangerous things, and when I went to meet Teller, he spoke and said, hey, kid, and I was shook. They signed my ticket to the show. That's nice. Anyway, that was Thomas's
Penn and Teller story.
Penn and Teller story. I knew that there was one, because I had heard it before, but I didn't remember the specifics of it. And it's easier to just hear.
Thomas retell it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to meet them. That'd be super, super neat. Thomas says, I've seen them like 4 times. Good show if you can make it. Wow.
We talked about it when we were in Vegas.
Yeah, actually, when we were in
Vegas.
Vegas.
We were there one night, and we wanted to see stuff instead of going into a show for a couple hours.
Yeah. But we talked about it when we were there. If we ever go back to Vegas, I would
like to go.
Absolutely like to see it. And like, they're getting old. Teller is particular. I don't know how old Teller. Does Siri know who Teller is? How old is Teller? 73. So
Paul says ChefCon Las Vegas.
I mean, that's an idea. I wouldn't be completely opposed to that. There's probably better places.
Yeah.
But that'd still be actually kind of fun. That'd be kind of fun. 400 bits from Paddle and Becca says, if it makes you feel better, I've been watching since day 0. You're 11 months older than me, Steven. # less old. That helps. It helps a little bit.
Hi, Kippy. You need a chin stretch.
I mean, I don't mind hearing from folks that are like, I started watching you when I was in elementary school. It doesn't bother me. It does make me feel old. But I also have stories from like the other direction, because I remember starting the vlog and having folks that were considerably older watching, especially when I was doing Skyrim.
Yeah.
And I've talked a lot about that before, but there was quite a bit of interest in, I guess, that fantasy genre in like the 50 to 60 year old range, because the demographics on that in the YouTube analytics were always a little higher, and I was like, that's neat. They're not, the 60-year-olds were not super interested in watching Kirby Superstar, which is fair, but they wanted to watch me play Skyrim, and I was like, okay, that's fine, I'll do it. 7 months from Devon4. Oh, hey, Twitch just gave me my sub anniversary now, when I subbed like 2 weeks ago. I guess I can recommend you check out Friday Night Funkin'. I think it would be a great game for first 20. I actually played that the other day. I guess it's been a few weeks at this point, because I had seen folks talking about it, and it was just like, I mean, it's just a Flash game.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. I guess it's not specifically Flash now, because I don't have Flash even installed on the iMac, and I played it, so But I tried it out just to understand like what it was, and I played a few of the levels, and I was like, oh, neat. But my understanding is that it came out a while ago, and then it only very recently like exploded, and it's kind of strange. And now they have a Kickstarter,
Yeah.
to try and make more stuff. So interesting. It's really interesting. And yeah, I was gonna say that Among Us is actually the best comparison I have, because Among Us was out for 2 years before it blew up, and this is actually an even bigger story because it's even older than that. So yeah, it's the gameplay portion of it, like, it's not super great, to be honest. Like,
I don't know anything about it.
It's basically Stepmania, and the feedback and stuff that you get for hitting the arrows and stuff, it's really not that good. But the songs are catchy, and the story elements that are happening, and the animation and the art, all of that's good. But the gameplay part itself is a little wonky. So I actually hope that with all the renewed interest that they make something that's just a little bit more refined. And I guess they will, now that people are dumping tons and tons of money into it. Anyway.
Kippy, you want to come over here? Kippy? Come here.
You good boy?
I want Kippy snuggles.
He good. Hi, Pat. That was a bit from Rara Oaks, who says, Hi, P. I mean, maybe. We may never see the High P train again.
Who knows? It got stuck at the last station on Tuesday.
Yeah, Twitch was broken on Tuesday, I guess, because we had a thing on screen for the whole stream that was like, it's only one bit or sub away, and everyone's like, but it's not, because we tried. And like, I don't know. Yeah, Renee says it has derailed. I think that's what happened.
I wonder if the DC Metro's on fire today.
Gotta keep checking. Basuna says it was broken yesterday as well. Well.
Not yet.
Yeah, I don't know, why things like sometimes work and sometimes don't. It's a mystery to me. 9 months from Charhutch97. 2 babies in 1 year. I've missed the past few months, so it's nice to be back. I was wondering what you think of Dan's edits on Breath of the Wild. I find them very entertaining. I love them. I really love them. I encouraged Dan to do them when we started the series on YouTube, because it's just funny. Like, I remembered his edits on Ocarina of Time, and they're really good. And I wanted him to continue to do that sort of thing for Breath of the Wild. It's also very cathartic for the audience as well, because if we're doing something, wrong, or if we're doing something, in a different way than someone would normally do it, we don't know, obviously, but Dan can help the audience work through their grief by acknowledging that, yes, you're not crazy for being like, what are they doing? Dan can put that on screen and be like, yeah, I don't know what's going on right now. Why aren't they doing it this way? So, yeah, I think it's actually quite helpful. And I've told Dan that he's free to do edits on other series and stuff, but I think he feels comfortable because he's 100%ed Breath of the Wild. So he feels,
knows what.
Yeah,
what to do.
He feels like he can add stuff to that series because he feels like he knows it, pretty well. Oh, hey, boy, hi. Got 3 and 1 bits from Squid with the Peggy Star Rain. Thank you, Squid. 8 months from Riza Luca. He says, good morning, grandparents. Can I get some good vibes for the end of the semester? Classes and assignments are cracking down, and life is also asking a lot as well. In other news, I got my first jab appointment for next month. Hope you both feel okay today. Excited about your appointment, and good vibes.
Good vibes for semester.
Yeah, for you and for so many folks. Because I know that as we get close to the end of the semester, people are going to need just a little extra help.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're feeling good.
Yeah.
I mean, asterisk, subject to change.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. 26 months from DJ Sherbert. Hey, another month. Can I request a good vibe or two? Because I just finished my last teaching assignment for university, and I'm hoping I get a good mark. Thanks for all the months and many more. Yeah.
Good vibes.
Yeah. Slightly different position, because teaching assignment. But same deal. Finishing up school in one, either as teacher or student. Yeah, I hope that goes well for you. 30 bits from Toaster Wolf. So I had an interesting morning. First woke up to Spoofy the cat purring about as loud as a passing train. It was nice and I passed back out later, but holy crap. Spoofy is a great name for a cat. Great name. I love Spoofy. I've never heard that name for a cat, but Spoofy the cat, A+.
I love
Great
Spoofy
name.
and I haven't even seen Spoofy.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
I would protect Spoofy. I could not pick Spoofy out of a lineup because I have not seen Spoofy, but I would protect Spoofy.
I saw a meme the other day that was, he does not protect, he does not attack, but most importantly, he meow for additional snack. I was like, it's Kepi.
Paul says, narrator. Turns out Spoofy was a jerk. 9 months from Tech Metal. I'd like to start a daily vlog of my own. May I mention that you're the inspiration and link StephenVlog in the description? Sure. No problem. There's a lot of vlogs that have gotten started as a result of ours. Some of them take very direct inspiration. Because I've actually seen many vlogs that have ultimately used the same titling sequence where the title is said in the video, and when it's said, text comes up on screen. I've seen some people use the exact same font, and I'm just flattered by it. I mean, it's not a problem to me. That's just something that it's weird because that's one of the earliest things for the blog, because that was in day 0. So I had come up with that at the very beginning, and that's one thing that actually never ever changed. There's been many things that have changed over the years, but that's one that since the beginning has always been there. So, yeah, I have no issues with that, and good luck. Good luck with it. Learned a bit mad at Sassy. Oh yeah, I learned about Astra Z, and it's an 11-week period, so I've got forever to wait for my next shot. Half considering, what if I got all the shots?
Not all the shots.
Like how people get like entire sleeves of tattoos, and they're like, well, this one is from this event. This is, you just have all these jabs. Be like, well, this one is AstraZeneca, and this one appears Pfizer. Now over on this arm, I got me a Moderna. Paul says you'll either gain superpowers or die. That's a heck of a toss-up, isn't it? Just eat all this toxic waste. One of two things will happen. They're both extremes. They're both extremes. Yeah, I didn't know that that was that long of a waiting period.
Yeah.
That's very long. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, what was interesting is that I felt like Dan got his vaccine before, like pretty far before us, but I guess it wasn't super far before us. But because he had...
It was 2 weeks before us.
That's it. 2 weeks before us. But because he had Moderna, he had a 4-week waiting period. We had Pfizer, so it's a 3-week waiting period. So he only got his second shot recently, a week ago. And now we have ours. So we almost caught up. Almost caught up. And if you get J&J, like you get it, and then in 2 weeks you're like, yeah, I'm good. So your mileage may vary. Siraj gifted sub to KAC Fangirl 1950. Appreciate it. 510 bits from Chemist, who says, I'm just feeling a bit generous today, spreading the goodwill and all the good vibes. Well, Chemist, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I certainly know that all of the gift sub recipients will appreciate it as well. So thank you. 300 bits from Goldmage. Updates from the last 2 weeks. Sprained by doing nothing and healed my foot. Am now officially 2 weeks from second vaccination, finally paid off a student loan, and will be joining another D&D campaign Sunday.
All good news.
Those are good things. So you get to spread good vibes because you've you've received some. I mean, the sprain thing is bad, but it healed, so I guess it's all right. We were talking to a friend of ours recently who said their sister tends to like get hurt in really wild ways, and said that they had been sitting in a chair and they fell out of the chair. So just sitting on a chair and then just like tripped getting out of the chair and fell onto the ground. And broke their arm. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, that's wild. So when you say sprained by doing nothing, I'm like, yeah, that's what that reminded me of. Just suddenly, with very little warning, just, oh, something's broken. 1,000 bits from Unbent Reagent. It's been a while since I've been live for Breakfast Stream, but I wanted to share that I had an interview for a new IT job last week and found out yesterday that I got it. Finally leaving my retail job after 6 years. Good vibes for this new job are really appreciated.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. And also, you know, it's going to be exciting, but it's going to be super different, especially if you've had your retail job for 6 years. Yeah. I mean, that's a sizable time. So I hope it goes well. I'm sure you're excited. And just enjoy. Just enjoy. Depending on specifically what the IT job is, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You'll have to report back in a few weeks just to let everyone know how it's going and what things are like.
Oh, Kippy too warm. Bye, Kippy.
Too warm? Jumped onto the ground, laid down on the ground. Now he's good.
He was cold last night.
Well, it was cold here.
It was 42 degrees this morning.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird because it's been much warmer. The high today actually is only 62, 61. I know depending on where you are, that may seem high, but that's really low for us lately.
Yeah.
Because it's been, we've been in the high 70s, sometimes low 80s in the last few weeks. So for the high to suddenly be in low 60s, it's like, oh, it's chilly. Anyway, 4 months from UCan48, who says, I keep forgetting to watch and renew my sub. I'm sorry about that. Have you heard of Noja? Been playing it lately. It's like a social deduction game.
Haven't heard of it.
I have not heard of that. Noja. Neat. I'm always looking for new things that would work well for Stephen and Friends. So if folks come up with something that would work for a group of a relatively large group of like 10 plus people, and can either has a digital version or is on like tabletop simulator, like send it my way. Send it my way. Oh, it's a visual novel. Okay. Single player. Well, still, the offer stands. If someone comes up with something that's good for Stephen and Friends, let us know. We also should probably cover the new Among Us map at some point.
Yeah, at some point.
We'll get to it. There's time. We actually have a lot of Stephen and Friends stuff in the can right now. There's a lot. 200 bits from Siraj. Appreciate it. 300 bits from Housing Trust. So it's not exactly breakfast time here in Aussie land, but I'm glad to be here nevertheless. Helps keep me warm during this unusually cold spell. Yeah, what time would it be over there?
I mean,
Japan?
China is 12 hours.
Okay.
Japan is 10 hours?
Is
12? I can't remember which direction.
I think it's further. Yeah, it's... Anyway, it's what we would call night. Yeah, Australia...
nearing midnight. Okay.
And Australia has multiple time zones. Australia big.
Yeah.
Australia really big. Growing up, I feel like it's not stressed how big Australia is. But also, and other people in the U.S. who probably corroborate this, generally whenever maps are shown to kids, I feel like the U.S. is always like gigantic compared to everything else. Like North America is like, look how big it is.
When I took Japanese in high school,
yeah,
one of the first things that I remember learning that blew my mind was my teacher had put a map of Japan over a map of the U.S.
And how big Japan
it was.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, no, it's also it's also hard to show sizes easily because
each map
it's
has
not
pros
how,
and cons.
Yeah, there's multiple maps to show multiple things, but yeah, like Armor Fog says, American centric map projections. Yeah, there's once you get a little older and you start looking into it a little bit more, you're like, oh wait, it's not that the U.S. isn't big. It's just there are other places that are big. There's other places that are pretty big. Australia pretty big. Anyway, 15 months from T-Mug Celeste. Thanks for all the fun and interesting talk. Highly recommend the documentary Tim's Vermeer, produced and directed by Penn and Teller, about duplicating Vermeer's techniques. I think I've heard of that, but I certainly haven't seen it, so I'll have to try and remember that. It's been a while since it's been a while now since we've watched a film, actually, because we've been busy on Sundays.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while since we watched a doc, and I love docs. It's probably my favorite format, but
we watch mini ones a lot.
Yeah,
like little mini things.
I wanted to watch some narrative stuff again because they're just shot completely differently, and I missed watching narrative stuff. And I still do. I want to watch more of it. 300 bits from Platinum Pikachu. I'm on an interesting run. I got Demon Clowns 3 or 4 times in a row, then discovered the new Hyper Clown on Friday and was responsible for the clown hand moment on Tuesday. What will happen today? I mean, today would probably be normal.
I think it was.
Yeah, if all those things happened, you're due for some normalcy, I think. But how many more new clowns will be added in 2021? I don't know.
Chaz knows.
Only Chaz knows. Mm-hmm. A lot of people throw the word clown into their messages now.
Just to get the clown noise?
Just because there's such a variety.
Mm-hmm.
It could be worse.
It could be worse.
6 months from RHD, who says, got my second vaccine yesterday, no side effects at all. So excited to finally be able to go home and see my grandma. It's been almost 2 years now since I have seen her. That was a weirdly timed learn. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. 2 years is a long time. I sincerely hope that, you get to do that soon, and I hope that you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Your time together is special.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, your reintroduction. There's a word for that I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen my grandma, actually.
September makes 2 years for me.
For your grandma?
Since I've seen her.
When did I last see mine?
I don't remember.
We haven't seen her since she was here. I remember we ate at the Golden Corral. I don't think that's on the blog.
No, I don't think it was.
I don't think but that was several years ago. Yeah, it's been a while. Actually, when we were driving, remember when we drove and we went through my parents' hometown and everything? We went right by her house, but while we were there, she was here.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll rectify that in the near future. 30 bits from Brian, who says, could use some good vibes. I'll be quitting my job to try to do my comics full-time next month, and it's pretty stressful.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. That is a big leap of faith. Mm-hmm. And that can certainly be stressful, but I wish you the best. I hope that everyone, to some extent, gets to find something in life that makes them happy and pursue it. So I wish you luck. Also, how appropriate that your username is Brian Ellis Comics. You are going to be attempting to do comics full time. Good luck. Good luck. I wish you the absolute best. I just love to hear about folks going for for that sort of thing. And I hope everything works out. 25 months from Audoodle, who says 25 months. That's a lot of months. Anyway, Yakuza 7 is real good. It's a turn-based JRPG, and the main character is a fan of Dragon Quest and sees the world as if it's a JRPG, and you get to beat up guys with a bat. They're just having fun with that series.
Yeah.
I've only played Yakuza 0. I've only played Yakuza 0. And I liked it. It was funny. But it's bizarre to hear that one of them is a turn-based RPG. Neat. Maybe one day I'll play through that. Tom was playing through some of them for a while. There's just so many now. It's like it would take a while to like get through them is the only thing. 4 months from Dawn Fever. Morning. Been a while. Also, never broken anything. Ever? Like...
I may have broke a toe, but...
Nothing you can do about it.
No.
I've never broken any bones. I've broken things in the house. I guess it's not quite the same thing.
Coffee!
We got 30 bits from Elena, who says, side note, in Canada, they're scheduling everyone to get the second dose 3 to 4 months after the first one because we have less vaccines and they're prioritizing everyone getting the first one. And even then, it'll probably be 1.5 to 2 months until I can get my first dose. Looking forward to it. Yeah, I wish everyone in Canada well.
Yeah.
I know that in Canada and then also in some other countries, the rollout is completely different. I just, you know, my hope to everyone is to stay safe and I guess be as patient as you can. Mm-hmm. We are going to get there. And the fact that there is an end in sight is the most helpful thing, I believe. But I know that it's also going to be difficult to see like U.S. counterparts and be like, I had read an article and it talked about vaccine jealousy and how it was a very real thing. Mm-hmm. And like even, you know, some friends of ours got vaccinated, you know,
before us.
A few weeks or in some cases some family got vaccinated like months before. There's definitely like that feeling is totally real. But at the bare minimum, at least we can say that we can start to see where the you know, the end is. Satsy says, "Oh, it definitely exists. Why do you think I'm so impatient?" Completely fair. Completely fair. Yeah.
And I felt like ours was like, and then it ramped up. Because it was like, oh, good, you know, my grandma who's in her 90s and Rhonda who's a physician got theirs. And I was like, good, people I know are getting it. And then it was suddenly like, oh.
Yeah, it just exploded.
These friends all got it, and these friends all got it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. And the rollout's certainly been different. Especially because America did so bad with maintaining everything. So it's interesting to see us go from doing so poorly with that and then all of a sudden be like, and here's all the vaccines. And we're like, okay, Jesus. 30 bits from Gold Mage says, play dog eat cheese.
Is he still on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean play dog 2 and eat cheese 2. Have you guys ever eaten cheese 2? So much better. The sequel to cheese is so much better than the original.
We have a lot of cheese right now.
We do have a lot of cheese. Shout out to Mark. He sent in an astounding amount of cheese. So much cheese we could not finish it all. We gave some of the cheese to my parents.
Yep.
And I think we gave a block.
2 blocks.
2 blocks to Dan and Lindsay also, so they would have some cheese. Also, can you imagine if they friggin' announced a sequel to cheese? Like food scientists, like there was like press conference and they're like, we have an exciting announcement. We've made a sequel to cheese. There's new cheese. If Nintendo named it, it would be called New Cheese.
Plus.
New Cheese Plus U. Where was I? 30 bits from Lost Vagabond. Rolling for clown. 30 from Gamer Girl. So I finally found the Blood Moon Shrine location because I forgot where it was. Also, did you know, if you have the Smash Brothers Link amiibo, you can get Epona. I've heard that, but we do not have Smash Brothers Link amiibo. So that...
we have used all of our Zelda amiibos that we have.
Yep. So that will not be getting shown off in the Let's Play, because we just don't have that amiibo. Roland might have it.
Yeah.
That might be possible. I guess I could send Roland a message and just be like, hey, do you have the Smash Brothers Link amiibo? He might. My understanding is that they've sold they sold through their amiibo stock, I think, relatively quickly.
Yeah.
Like anytime they get something, they move it pretty quickly. Thomas says, I have it. Can I FedEx it? I mean, you can, but it's probably not that worthwhile because we're so close to the end of the game.
Yeah.
I might ask him, because we'll see him today as long as we're not feeling crappy.
Yeah.
I will probably be okay. We'll see how you do. We got 31 months from Hi Ryu. Appreciate it. 300 from Shy says, it's been a while, but let's do an anime recommendation. Barakamon. At an art showcase, a young calligrapher, Seishu Honda, punches the gallery director for criticizing his work. He's then sent to an island countryside until the situation and he cool off. Sounds interesting. When it said Barakamon, I thought that it was...
Bakugan?
Yeah, I first kind of read it as like... It's like something with like Digimon or something. Like Bakugan Digimon. But I guess that's not exactly what that is. Never heard of it, though. 10 months from Captain McKitty. 10 months, can't believe it. Glad you guys got the second jab. I got my J&J on the 10th, so my 2 weeks are almost up. Good vibes, everyone. Nice. Nice. See, I'm a little jelly of folks who got J&J because their waiting period is so small.
Yeah.
Because as of today, as of yesterday, my mom is her 2 weeks are done, so my parents are both fully vaccinated. That hurt my arm a little bit. As soon as I raised my arm was like, I'm still a little sore. She says, narrows eyes. Well. Soon for everyone. Jeff says, J&J is effective after 2 weeks, even more effective after 28 days. Noted. Actually, it's actually pretty good timing because 28 days will be, another 2 weeks, and that's when we are done, and that's when we'll be getting together with my parents. I told them, I was like, we're going to do something on Cinco de Mayo. And they're like, can't wait. And I can't wait. We're going to eat, I guess a taco. It'll be wonderful. 12 months from Crimson 430. That's a year. And 30 months from Dark Overlord. I'm 2.5 golf claps now. I can't physically cannot clap unless it is divisible by 12. That's the rule. Are there other things divisible by 12? No.
Anyway, tomorrow, Breath of the Wild stream.
Yes.
And,
Breath of the Wild's at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Pikmin is today, and we have finished Battle Enemy, so we're moving into bosses. And the bosses' videos are very short. Mm-hmm. So because they are short, we're releasing 3 at a time. So you're going to get 3 Pikmin videos today. When I say short, I'm pretty short. Pretty short. So 3 Pikmin videos today. If you haven't seen the Apple event, you should check it out. I'm going to, as long as I'm still feeling good, I'm gonna work on other things and try and get yesterday's vlog out and stuff. That's it?
Yep, that's it.
That's it? That's it. Nina from Las Vegas says, my cousins are driving up from Florida at the end of May to celebrate a lot of us graduating and an upcoming wedding. So excited to see people. I mean, I'm right there with you, but without the cousins and without the Florida and without the graduating and wedding.
There is a family wedding coming up in the fall.
But the idea of like being excited about seeing people, yes, I'm very, very stoked. I'm looking forward to moving driveway time into house time and playing some board games and stuff again, because I've just really, really missed all of that. And, you know, at some point, maybe going to see people somewhere or having people here.
Please finish up.
Sorry. 300 bits from Shinoth who says, what do you call Mexican takoyaki? Taco-yaki. And 500 bits from Mr. Gameboy says, speaking of Pikmin, I want to congratulate Mal with how well she did on the last Battle
Thank
Enemies.
you.
It's a really good episode.
It is.
It shows how good Mal is, and it shows how bad I am. If anyone ever needed any evidence that Mal was better at Pikmin, it's good amount of evidence. All right. We're done. You need to rest.
Yeah.
Mal needs to rest. Okay. I'm going to wrap it up here. And I think I'll even skip our dome for today so we can just go straight to end. Thanks for being here. We will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern for Zelda, unless we're sick, in which case either the game will change or we'll move the stream. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, folks, you have yourselves a wonderful day. We'll see you, hopefully, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern.